Aloha, everybody. Sound check real quick. Let's see if the song works. Sound works. Aloha, everybody. Just a quick disclaimer. I know I put it in there that it says that there's paid promotion and stuff in there. It is not really paid. It's just the products were sent to me to do a review, and both of those companies actually allowed me to keep the product at the end, which I'm very grateful for. The ones that I'm talking about is one is Skyfire Aerial, and the other one is the Triple Tech Tablet Pro that they allowed me to keep. So I had to put it in there because they are placed products, but they're part of my ultimate setup. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about the ultimate setup that I believe that is there for the Autel EVO 2 and what I have used over the past 6, 7, 8 months, slowly building it up. The first part of the ultimate setup in my eyes is to stick with the original propellers, because the low noise propellers are not really what they're out to be. And yeah, if you can get your hands on original propellers, pick up as many original propellers as you can. I'm not quite sure if they still make them or if they just went straight for the low noise propellers, but I have seen multiple people that actually had plenty of issues with it, and even me, I had issues with them as well, and I don't like them. So these ones over here get over 600 flights on them. I never clipped nothing with it, and they're still working great. And just because they're a little bit louder, I still like them better than the low noise propellers. So I'm gonna go quick into the chat, see what's going on. I seen already John Hennessy was here. We have Hot Rod in Daytona. What's up, my man? Lon, what's up, Lon? And we have Alpha 9. We have Mike O'Donnell and Walter Hall. What's up, Walter Hall? Back to LA. So let me go through the chat real quick. Somebody asked for the latest update. I have a question for you. Is it safe to update? No, it's not. Do not update to 2.518. I would say stick with 2.512. Yeah, 12. This new beta that they brought out looks pretty promising, so I would say stick with it. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Hot Rod said it right here as well. 2.518 has caused way too many issues for people. Lon said, of course, I don't own an Evo, but I'd help with your views. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys didn't know yet, I'm only 500 views away from 500,000 views. That is, wow. Alpha says 2.518 keeps asking me to install it. Okay, and you did the manual, but keep saying to upgrade. Wish I would have to avoided it. Did you upgrade your Autel Explorer app, somebody else had the same problem. They didn't update their Autel Explorer app, and therefore they've been keep asking for updating. Plus, if you haven't updated past 2.512 prior, you might have to update every single battery of it. So that might be part of it as well. So sound is good, he said. Mike O'Donnell said, what's up? That's my job. Sound checking. Yeah, sound check guy. We have Nikos. Aloha from Greece, buddy. Stayed late at night to watch the live since there's no work tomorrow. I appreciate that. Aloha to Greece. Thank you very much. Walter Hall, congratulations. Thank you. And Lee Bessing is watching from Texas, where it's snowing where it's not snowing anymore. Oh, that's good. It's not snowing at least, but it's probably still cold. So we consider cold over here like 70 degrees. Anyways, getting back to the ultimate setup. Besides those propellers, the next thing that you need, if you don't have it already, get yourself some batteries. If you can afford one battery, that's fine. If you can afford 2 batteries, that's even better. But if you can afford 3 batteries, go for it. By all means, please do so. Because you're gonna need battery life, you're gonna need flight time. And with this bird, I have put out a lot of flight time, and I have put out a lot of flights, and I'm totally enjoying it. And you need the more batteries, the better. Plus, you can cycle them more, and you're not gonna recharge, fly dry, recharge, fly dry, recharge, fly. So you can cycle them through, and they're gonna last longer that way. Of course, you're gonna have more flight time. So that is another good thing about it. Besides that, take care of your good controller. And because of that, because this controller in itself, just like that, is, in my eyes, not really ergonomic, really great, especially for people if they want to pinch, because they always say if you want to pinch and they hold the controller, they're pushing in these handles just like that. So because when they pinch, they're moving this around, these controller handles always fold in, which is a design flaw because they haven't really put any thoughts into creating a new ergonomic controller. They wanted it as small as possible, which is pretty good, like this, but then kind of like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's really plasticky and really shady. To get around that, there is the Skyfire Aerial setup mount. The Skyfire Aerial kit was sent to me simply because the company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to actually review their product, that they created something that was there. A lot of other people said that there's also the Liftor Mount, and I tried out the Liftor Mount. I tried out the old version, I tried out the new version, and either one of them weren't to my liking. I didn't really care for it, because you have to have tools. They send you the tools with it, but you have like 4 screws to put it together. While the Skyfire Aerial at its latest version does not require any tools, and you can just put it together just like this. And the best part is, even in the standard version, it comes with button bumpers. These button bumpers down here, so you stop pressing the buttons of hell, which is really, really, really good. Besides that, if you buy the advanced version or the Pro version, I think it's called Pro, you will receive this wing, which is really nice, fitting inside there. And then you get this thumb screw that you can put inside there, which is also made out of this PETG plastic, and it's already together. So now I have my controller set up. Best part is, if you want to pinch, now you can pinch, because it's not gonna affect your handles. Okay. So let's see. Let's go real quick through the chat. I don't want to lose out on anything. Eddie Gray, what's up, Eddie Gray? Yes, I seen it. Lon just said UFC 259 is on. Yes, in about 3 hours it will be on. I hope gonna have some good fights. I'll be watching. We have Tony Stage here. We have Mike Miller here, and Michael Inc. Any new firmware? No, there is no new firmware at this point. It's the beta, and from what I've seen from the beta so far, it looks very promising. They added on like a hyperlapse orbit mode, so I hope that works out great. Not quite sure, because I'm kind of disappointed in the hyperlapse, because I still have this hole where the camera wants to move itself a couple times all the time like this in the gimbal. The way I avoid that is during the time lapse, once in a while I just flick the stick like this, like literally just every few seconds I just flick it like this. It's not really going to move the drone, because the drone is really, really slow moving like that, and then it's not really doing anything but having to sit there for 20 minutes every few seconds to flick this damn stick to going back and forth. I'm working around it. I do a lot of time lapses with it. It's just, it's annoying. It shouldn't even do that. So I don't know why Autel hasn't fixed that issue yet, but I'm thinking with the new firmware that they're going to be doing it, hopefully. And at first I thought it was only during low light conditions. Now it's even doing it during regular light conditions. So when it's like regular daytime, okay? So we have iFly JC. My first time catching you at the beginning of the show. Have an Air and an Air 2. Thinking of buying the big orange bird in the future. You will not regret it, my friend. I'm telling you that. I have seen some people that all were very disappointed, and I don't know. I can't speak that for myself. So far, this experience that I had with this bird are amazing. The camera quality alone is what just pushes it over the edge for me, because I have seen a lot of other drones and I've seen a lot of footage of other drones, and I'm not really happy about it. But yeah, back to the ultimate setup. Now that the controller is in a nice, neat case, just like this with the Skyfire Aerial, which I constantly use. Like, I don't use anything else anymore. I always use it with this setup because it's only 2 screws, one in the front, one in the rear, and you don't need tools for it. You just put it together and it's freaking great. It's really, really, really great. Besides that, for the ultimate setup, you need ND filters. ND filters, I would suggest, if you're really looking into getting the best of both worlds, photography and videography, pick up the Freewell ND filters. There's a 8-pack. It's called the all-day 4K pack, whatever. They work great. You can just change them out right in the front over here. Put ND filters. They are, in my eyes, a must, especially in videography. Because in videography, what you're trying to do is you always try to get your shutter speed twice the amount of your FPS. So if you're filming 24 FPS, you want to have 1/50 in your shutter speed. Reason for that is, most people know already. For those of you guys who don't know, is to consider to keep the natural motion blur. If your shutter speed is too high, based on like HDR mode or wherever it goes, sometimes in fast motions, or if there's an object coming through the picture in fast motion, you have unnatural blur. It's not easy on the eyes of the viewer. So ND filters help you a lot. Also, if you film with CPL filters or PL filters, polarized filters, you're going to be able to get rid of some of the reflection of the water, glass, anything that reflects any surface, whatever. So ND filters are part of the ultimate setup in my eyes that you really need. And the 4K all-day Freewell whatever filter set is like $130 in my eyes. Is one of the best filter sets that you can pick up. They also have the Skyread filters, which comes with regular non-variable filters. They're just ND. And the good part about them is you have the 8, the 16, the 32, the 64, and they all work great. So you get you get a really great setup for it. They're a little bit more on the bluish side, so they have a little bit more of a cold shimmer in the imaging when you pick it up. But they're still great filters, and they cost half the amount of the Freewell filters. But in the ultimate set, I would say if you want to get the best of both worlds, just in case you want to take photography up and all that stuff, and you want to do real estate photography, which you can do with all the other filters too, but these ones are specified for it, as Freewell has a great set for it. So they're part of it as well. So I see the chat rolling through. Batuna, what's up, my man? Aloha, brother. On the treadmill while watching. That's great. Keep walking, my friend. I got to get on the treadmill one of these days. What's your overall opinion about Autel? My overall opinion about Autel is that they are a smaller company that managed to bring out a really great product with amazing customer service. I had other companies. This is only for me speaking. I have been using it for the past 7-8 months. I've been using it since June 11th. Never got to go around back then to pick up an Autel EVO 1, which I at first initially wanted, but instead I went with the Paradigm off because I didn't have the funds for the Autel EVO 1. But since I got my Autel EVO 2, that is my workhorse. I clocked over 1,700 flights with this thing yet. I got over 2,000 miles flown with it, and I keep using it. It's amazing. I totally love it. You know, it's great. So besides that, customer service has been very, very good to me from the start, from the get-go, because I had a problem in the beginning. And I'm not sure that they knew at that point in the beginning when I first reported the problem that I was also a person who makes videos on YouTube, which I didn't hang out there. I just told them what my issue was, and they immediately sent me new propellers. After the propeller stuff didn't work out, I figured out that it's the seam on the arm, and they sent me a brand new bird not even waiting for me to send mine on back, which was, whoa, like, damn, okay. Besides that, there was another user, he's, I think, from Sweden. He crashed his drone, the Autel EVO 2, the 8K when he first got it, and he literally crashed it in one mode where he wasn't even supposed to be crashing it, and he had obstacle avoidance on. He flew it into a wall. He documented the whole thing on YouTube, and he actually, that guy was really down. I mean, I would have been probably in the same boat. He cried. He was crying while he was talking about how he lost his drone. Autel sent him a new one. So far, I can say that Autel has been one of the best exceptional drone providers in the world for me, based in the United States. I have dealt before with customer service from DJI, not for a drone related product, but I didn't find it as pleasing and as personal as Autel was. Autel has so far always answered my phone calls, and I called them probably about 50, 60 times, because I also called them when other people reported problems in the forum and felt like that Autel wasn't addressing the issue. So I just called them and I told them, I have this problem. Do you guys know anything about it? So I was able to give relevant information to the forum, and it worked out great. They have always answered. So far, I would say Autel is a great company. Hot Rod says, at 88 State, did you see Ken Herron likes the EVO 6 too? Yeah, I know. I actually got in touch with him. I was on the phone with him and I emailed him, and I asked him to actually be either my guest or if I could be his guest if he's talking about the EVO 2, but he hasn't gotten back to me on that. So, but I have a very special guest for next week, so stay tuned for that one. Alpha 9 says, Autel shoulder bag works great for my Liftor mount on the remote. Hey, I say it's a great, anything that enhances this controller, shall it be Liftor or Skyfire. For me personally, it's Skyfire. I tried out the Liftors. Like I said, I just don't like it because you need the tool when you have multiple screws. This is so much easier, and I don't know. I just like it more. This is my experience on it. Lon says, Hot Rod, I have no idea why people put so much stock in what Ken Herron thinks about anything. Well, he's the right age group, I guess, and he just brings it across in the right way. I actually like Ken Herron. He's all right. It's just sometimes they're really harsh on what they're reviewing. If they put a lot of experience of theirs and compared with other products instead of looking at the product itself and see what the product is made for and what it is capable of. So, but I think he's a cool guy. So I hopefully I can get him as my guest one of these days. Back to the Skyfire, back to the ultimate setup. So we got multiple batteries, we got the Freewell ND filter kit, and we've got the Skyfire Aerial to enhance your controller. And I'm telling you, ever since I got this Skyfire Aerial from the start, from the get-go, which went through multiple versions, because I had the total prototype, which I tried out, and it was great already at that time. But at that time, I still needed a screwdriver, and I needed all these other things. And these guys have been working tirelessly on enhancing this thing and getting it better and better. And they have. And so far, every time they came up with a new product, people just have been buying the Skyfire, and they have told me that people have been buying it, and they just throw in the new parts, and they're just exchanging whatever they didn't like from the version before, and they're just exceeding it. And in my eyes, they're really good, and they really look for the needs, what is there. Which brings me to the next one. What you need is the right SD cards for this drone. I've tried out all these V60s, V90s, Class 10, U3, whatever. And I have had bad experience with those, Lexars and the Pro Grade SD cards. They have been working for like maybe a month, and then all of a sudden everything was corrupt. The ones that I never had any issues with was first my Samsung Pro Endurance cards, but then I lost my Pro Endurance because it was super cold and I left it on the roof, and I drove down the hill and poof, I left it on the roof, so it flew off. Of course, a small SD card in the middle of a highway. Yeah, you do the math, the thing is gone. So I looked around again, and I found the Samsung Select, which is the EVO Select, 128 gigs, and I have been filming in 30 FPS, and I have been filming in 6K and in 4K, and I had no stutter. I had no interlacing, like those lines that go through. I had no problems recording, and so far, all my pictures, all my missions, all my real estate photography, all my real estate videography, all that stuff came out exceptional. And these cards have delivered. Plus, they're only $20 a pop right now. If you look at this link right here, I want to share that screen. Poof. There we go. You see this? This is the Samsung EVO Select 128. That is the card that I'm using. It says here 100 megabits per second for full writing and reading. The writing part, I think, is between 60 and 85, but it's still really good. And the main thing is that you look at on this whole thing right here is $20. These cards are $20. When they first started going, they were like $50 or $49, and then now the price has been dropping down to like $25. If you look at my stuff right over here, let me turn this off. If you look at this stuff right here, I have 3 of these right here, and I have 1 inside of my drone. So I have no bad experience with it. And I edit a lot of videos, and you guys all watch these videos. So therefore, it's like, oh, man. Thank you, Nikos. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. $5 for, what is that? Dollar? That's euros. Euros. That's right. From Greece. $5.49. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, my man. So, Hot Rod says, 808 State, you are missing the best accessory for the remote besides the Skyfire. Are you talking like a 4Hawks antenna and stuff? I don't have that. And I don't have a life deck either. I don't have the money for it. And I'm not quite sure if I really need it. For my purposes, I don't need a range extender because I'm not necessarily living in a urban area, and I've tried it in an urban area, and so far for visual line of sight, because urban area in my eyes always includes a lot of buildings, and if I can't see the drone, I ain't flying you. You know what I mean? So if I line up my shot, I'm gonna line it up that I can see my drone at all times. Yeah, I know there's people out there that have observers and stuff, and for them it might be great. I don't have that luxury. I don't have an observer. I don't, you know, if I have an observer, it's out of my wife. She's half the time on the cell phone, so she's observing maybe for 5 minutes straight, then she's on a cell phone again. I have my 11-year-old who helps me out once in a while. I have my best friend who's helping me out once in a while, but it's not a guarantee kind of thing. So yeah, range extenders and even the life deck and stuff for me are not necessarily. So reason for the life deck that I don't need it anymore is because I used to fly with my phone. When you look at brightness in phones, if you don't have a shade or if you don't stand somewhere where the shade is at, you're going to have a lot of reflection. Plus, you don't have the necessary brightness to see what's going on your screen. And I had that problem a lot of times. A lot of times I had that problem. Therefore, part of the next part on my ultimate setup is the Triple Tech Pro. This tablet right here has delivered big time. Let me press the button. Oh, it's not even on. So, this tablet itself, in the brightness, in the functionality, it's an Android-based device, and it has amazing power. It has third-party applications that you can install. You can play your games with it. I even go for as far, because there's a SIM card slot up here, and it comes with SIM card adapters. And it's totally awesome. I totally love it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. You know what I mean? I can play my games with it. I have, like, when you look over here, I have like all my Autel stuff. Where did it go? Where did I put it? It's Wi-Fi capability. I have all my apps on it. I have my Kitty Hawk app on it. I have my Autel app on it. I have my Free Flight app on it. I have my DJI Fly app on it. And I'm totally spoiled from this damn thing. This tablet has done so much for me that I totally love it. Best part about this whole thing is that Skyfire sent me at first a prototype mount, which was this part right here, which required screws. So it mounts in the back of this like that. It pinches in the tablet, and then you can mount it on top of your controller just like this right here. Okay. They have just recently sent me a new setup, which is just a small block in the bottom. You see that? There's the small screw in the bottom, and it has a thumb screw in the back, which you can release just like this, and you can take it off. That's it. But the way they created this and the way it's shaped, It's not putting necessarily hard pressure on it. You can put it on one time. Besides that, you can mount your your Skyfire to it. You can also stand it up just like this, so you can watch your shows or whatever you gotta watch, your videos on YouTube, of reviews of other people, which I do too a lot. And it's a single setup just like this, and it's super solid. So as you guys can see, I have not used any tools, and it's like, you see this is like so easy, and it's so beautiful. It's part of my ultimate setup. I think it's one of the best things that you can utilize. Plus, it has either these two straps right here, these two hooks right here for your lanyard to hook up. It has a single one in the front if you just want to hook it up like this. And it's like super solid. You see this? I'm shaking it around. It's not going to come off no matter what. It's not going to come out. The way they created this on Skyfire is freaking awesome. And you don't only have to use it for the Skyfire, because it has that 1/4-inch screw in the bottom that you can just simply remove it like this. And if you have like a swivel head or whatever on top of your tripod, you can just put it on that. Have a long wire running out to your controller if you want to. So you only have your controller in your hand, but you can look at the screen from somewhere else. That is one of the best parts that I really like about it. So Triple Tech has created an amazing part right there. So I'm falling behind right here. Michael Donald says, my Skyfire was supposed to arrive yesterday. What? Post office lost it. The guys at Skyfire sent me pics of the package and have been above and beyond. Another good small company. Yes, they are. Skyfire is great. I have no problems. See, Alien Tech. So Alien Tech 4 Hawks. I think Alien Tech has a better reputation based on strength of signal. That is the range extenders. But like I said, I don't fly beyond visual line of sight, and I don't really fly urban areas. All my areas are pretty much like what I can see, so. Never needed range extenders, Mike Miller. Yeah, I never needed it either. So, and I have pushed this bird past 11,400, and that was with 2 observers. The second observer was a friend of mine who couldn't see it anymore, so he told me over the walkie-talkie, he's like, bro, you got to bring it back. I can see it. I was like, okay, and I brought it back. So, I've got the Gpc mount. Works great, but was fairly expensive, $90. There's the Gpc mount. I haven't seen the Gpc mount, but I'm happy with the Skyfire. It is worth the money. I know it's like $150 if you buy the deluxe version, but I'd say you get worth your money. It's alone for the button bumpers already. You know what I mean? If you get the deluxe version, you get like all these things in the back over here, which is for range extenders to mount stuff and all that stuff. There's so many possibilities with the damn thing, and it's freaking great. Even this top piece right here with this screw, what I put on one time was like that GoPro mount thing, and I put that on, so I had like a swivel head, so I could put my screen or my phone at that time in any direction. Plus, I had a dual setup where one was coming up this way, and I could have a GoPro on top like this, or facing downwards to see what I'm doing with my sticks. I never ended up actually using it to show what I'm doing with my sticks, except for when I was doing my EXP sensitivity video. And even that is coming out in the next couple of days to show people. I have received a lot of requests for it, for the EXP settings, what they actually do, and what people think. I still believe that if you want to go for sensitivity settings on your drone, do it yourself, guys. Take one battery, go outside there and set it up. Take your time, set up the sensitivity, set up the attitude, the altitude sensitivity, the EXP settings. Play around with it. You have an entire battery. If you can't figure it out within the first 30 minutes and you throw in a second battery, then do so. You will not regret getting your own settings. Some people said, oh, but if you send me your settings, then at least I can go off of that. My settings might not necessarily be what you want. And if you just throw in mines, then, you know what I mean? Like, do your own thing, guys. You don't have to rely on me. So, Hot Rod says, with the Firehouse lights or Firefox, I can see mine out to 8,000 feet. Damn. That tablet hasn't reached Greece yet. Oh, you're missing out, my friend. It's really great. It's a great tablet. I'm totally spoiled. I don't want to fly with anything else anymore. And lucky that I did my review and Triple Tech's telling me I can keep it. You know what I mean? So Johnny says that's the Best Buy. That's the Best Buy unnecessarily for aging ice. Yeah, it is a nice, great screen. It's big, it's bright, it does everything. So Firehouse. Oh, it is Firehouse. I thought it was a Firefox. Firehouse strobes with the holders on arms, front and rear, are awesome. I have the Arc 5, and they were great for low light night. I believe so, but I have not included that in this part, even though I have a. Where did it go? I have a set of the Firefox. Somebody sent it to me, just to say thank you. So I have used it one time in low light conditions, but I'm not a big fan of adding on anything else to that drone while I fly my low light. Plus, I set up my shots pretty much prior to that. But I do use them. I used them New Year's Eve, I think. I used them. Smash the like button, droners. Tony Stage, thank you very much. Staggy, what is it? Tony Staggy or Staggy? Bad Tuna, I love my Triple Tech Pro. The only issues I have so far, it's weight, and the dust covers are really tight. Gotta have strong fingernails or some plastic screwdriver to open them. Yes, in the beginning, they're really, not only in the beginning, like they're really tight, but they do what they're supposed to be doing. This thing is supposed to be water resistant, shock resistant, and dust resistant. So, and that has to do with these covers being really, really solid. Like this one is the, there you go. This one is the one for the power wire and also for the transmission wire for your stuff. So some people said, because there's this anti-glare, let me show you. There's this anti-glare screen. You see this? So in comparison to, like, for example, my phone. So it's bouncing off the light right now from my key light right here, which is a huge 60-watt light, big umbrella kind. So now if you compare it to my phone, you see how my phone, you can't even see the fingerprints. Ooh, that's gross. But you see how the reflection is? So that's how much more it takes away. But people said to get better response on the screen, it is better to take that thing off. And they said it's like, it comes more clear because it's a little bit dusty. But in my eyes, I have no problem. You see this? I'm not even touching it really strong. So it has very, very good response. So I have no problem using it. So it's really, hey, if you haven't really looked into it, check out my Triple Tech video. It's really great. It's a really, really, really great thing. So what else? My EVO 2 Pro is arriving tomorrow, Eric Ling. Look forward to it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Lee F says, can the Triple Tech work with the Liftor tablet holder? Yes, it can. Even with this mount in the bottom from Skyfire Aerial itself. With this one, because there is this quarter inch screw thing. Can you see it? It's really hard because my screen over here is so small too. So, but yeah, that's really, really good. Yes, Lee, I believe Liftor has an adapter on their side. Yes, they have an adapter, and you can use the one from Skyfire as well. Just saying. Bad Tuna says, got the Triple Tech mount from Skyfire as well. Works great, but wish they could have designed it with one screw or some other way to lock the mount quicker. I just lazy, bro. Yes, I know. And that's why this new one right here, it's really, really great. And it's way small, and it has that small thumb screw in the back. So no more tools, bro. No tools, cuz. So it's really, really good. And I think they're going to be putting it up in the next few days. So we have Bill Richardson. Aloha from Mississippi. What's up, my man? Aloha back to you to Mississippi. Walter Hall says, Autel should make a new controller with the 1200 nit like the Triple Tech. Yeah, it would be great if they would bring out, but we all talked about it prior, and it doesn't look like that Autel is going to be looking into making a smart controller by their screen. So since Triple Tech is not here, I brought me a Mexican. Yeah, the Mexican hat is going to throw a lot of shadow, so that's a good part. So you're going to be in the shade no matter what. I got used a Parrot Anafi from eBay for $352. Do you still fly your Anafi? Yes, sir. And I actually crashed it into my friend's head. If you watch my Triple Tech review, you're going to see it. So he actually let me fly it into his head. So next part on this whole thing is, in our ultimate setup, is this propeller straps. These propeller straps are part of my ultimate setup because sometimes nowadays I actually take my drone out into the backpacks to put it in the top of my backpack over there. And these propeller straps, like I said, my propellers have over 600 flights. I haven't clipped anything. I haven't flown into anything. And they have over 600 flights. These ones are still the original propellers. And this strap right here, this strap has served me very well to keep my propellers where they're supposed to stay. And the way it is like this, it even fits into my case, which brings me to the last piece of my ultimate setup. Let me get this out of the way and my wire out of the way. And in my eyes, that is, yes, I know there are different cases available, like the Pelican cases and stuff. But in my eyes, the Gpc case right here is one of the best cases in the ultimate setup. It has a second level, second tier right here, where you can utilize it. And I think that Gpc case is also part of that ultimate setup that I think it's really great as an addition to have if you want to take it around, because it has those metal pieces right there to latch on a lock if you want to transport it and you leave it somewhere, or you're around other people that you don't necessarily wanting to trust. It's at least locked. Yeah, they can break them off, but it's going to take them some time. Plus, it's waterproof. Haven't really put that to the test except for when I ran through really heavy rain. And if you ever been to Hawaii and you know there's heavy rain, there's heavy rain. That weather comes through, guys. That weather literally comes through. So let me share the screen real quick so I show you guys that everything is available online. So first of all, like I said, on the ultimate setup, you need good memory cards, and this memory card right here has done it for me, which is the EVO Select. So next on the list right here is batteries. If you haven't gotten any batteries, I'm not necessarily sure that this Amazon deal right here, $219, is the best Amazon deal that you can find. But $219, I think there were some other guys that said they got them for $195 or $189. I don't know where they at, but I just can go off of this. Is just to show you guys batteries. The more batteries you have, the more flight time you have. Part of the ultimate setup. Next part on that is the charger. So if you don't have a multiple port charger yet, like I do, I have the hub charger. I don't recommend buying the hub charger. If I do recommend something, it would be this Hanatora battery charger for the Autel Robotics. Because when you look at it, it charges up your 3 batteries, it charges up your controller, and your device that you're operating with all at once. So that's the good part. And it's fairly quick. Like with my hub, if I put up all 4 batteries at the same time and I do in a parallel charging part, yeah, sometimes I'll wait like 3 hours until all 4 of them are up. But with this one, buddy of mine has it, and it's like done in like 2.5 hours or 2 hours. So save you some time charging it up. And it is the same part as the hub charger. It does the same thing, and it's not dangerous for your stuff. So far, I have only seen positive reviews on this stuff, and this is part of it. So battery charger right over here, part of the ultimate setup. I don't have it, so that's why I didn't include it in my views over here earlier. Next part that we have right here is the silicone holder. As you can see it right here, probably you can see it this way better, but this is the strap holder, which is the strap on or strap holder or propeller protector, whatever you want to call it. They call it clip protection blade fixator fixed propellers accessories. So that is one of the best parts right here. I totally swear on it. It's part of my all day go wherever I want to go setup, and it's fairly easy. The more you use it, the more better it gets. Okay. Next that we have right here is the triple tech. As you can see, $695. But some other people said on, I think it was Drone Empire or Empire Drones or something like that, they had it for $650. Why do I believe that the triple tech is one of the parts that belongs into the ultimate setup? Simply because it's not just a monitor. Besides that, you can utilize it as your phone. I did it. I put my SIM card. At first, I thought my SIM card was locked to my phone. It's not. I took my SIM card out of my phone, put it inside here. I was able to text message my wife. I was able to receive phone calls, do all kinds of stuff. The only bad part that I had was that I couldn't talk without speaker. You cannot put it on your ear. You got to put it on speaker, and the speaker is fairly quiet on this. So the speaker on the tablet itself is not as loud. And that I think has to do with its casing, because the casing is made out of this rugged stuff. You have like 2 small slots in the bottom over here that are acting as the speakers. And because they were backwards facing, so the sound is going that way away from you. Not necessarily a bad thing if you just fly drones. If you just do things like I do, I would suggest use the headphone port or hook it up to a Bluetooth headset. With Bluetooth, on the other hand, though, that's one negative point that I've seen. Sometimes you have a delay. So the picture is faster than the audio itself. But once you jack it in, put it into the headphone jack, no more problems. So I think it's a delay on transmission with Bluetooth. So that might be part of it. I hooked it up to my speaker right here, my Bluetooth speaker, just to listen to music and stuff, because music doesn't necessarily, if I don't watch music videos. But the reason why I think that the triple tech is part of the ultimate setup is simply because you can use it for all kind of other stuff. Social media, you can use it, Wi-Fi, if you want to put your phone onto a mobile spot. So that TripleTech Pro tablet is totally spoiled me. That thing is really great. And because it's so freaking bright, like you can see literally everything. Okay. Next on it is the Skyfire Enhancement Kit right here. You see the enhancement kit that you have here. There are pictures on their website and all that stuff, and you have the option. There's the standard version, which is $99.95. That has just regular options, but it does come already with the bumper plate. So that is one of the best parts. The button bumpers in the bottom is a must. The way this thing is put together and the way it's feeling and the way it's making your controller feel like, it makes your controller feel superior. It makes the controller feel like what Autel should have done from the beginning. I personally don't really wait for a smart controller anymore because I have this Skyfire Area and the TripleTech tablet. So those two make this drone complete. You know, besides that, I picked up the rugged bundle, which came with extra batteries. Original Dobo Ken Dono from Original Dobo sent me a set of freewheel ND filters. You know what I mean? Like, so the Pro version is an enhanced version where you have, I believe you get the wing and you get everything else. And then the deluxe version is when you have that extra piece in the bottom over here, which is like a range extender mount kit, which some people didn't even need because the range extender come out of the controller in the back and it clears this thing just perfectly. So he just added that on as the deluxe version, just in case you wanted to mount it as an extra support for your range extenders. So that's why this setup right here is one of the best setups in my eyes that you can pick up. Besides that, we have the freewheel all-day 4K series. They are currently unavailable for the 6K. So a lot of people have bought it. I've seen it on the forums. There's a lot of new Autel EVO 2 Pro owners out there. So that's why if it's currently unavailable on Amazon, whatever, just wait until it comes back or buy it somewhere else. They're all the same price pretty much. It's $130, $129 something. If you can find it somewhere else on eBay or whatever, then go for it, you know. Besides that, if you don't have it, there's a small iPad tripod mount. That small iPad tripod mount is like $28. If you want to take it around, whatever, that is just simply to put your tablet on if you really want to, and then run a longer USB-C wire that can go to your controller, so that way you don't have the weight of that tablet on top of your hands. For me personally, I have no problem holding it like that all day. Yeah, it is a little bit on the heavy side, but with this, like I said, with the Skyfire Area like this, it's in my eyes, it's perfectly balanced the way I have it. I set it on the top, and like I said, I can walk around with it all day, you know. And it's a quick setup, just like this. It takes me a few seconds just to screw it on, just like that, and I can walk around with it all day. See that? Like, I have no problem whatsoever. It's not going to go anywhere, and I'm happy with it. And it's one-handed, just like this. And because of this stabilization wing in the bottom, you see how I'm holding it on the one side only. Because of this wing, it stabilizes these handles in the back a lot more. So that's why I really like it. And so besides that, I just hold it like this, and I have no problem using it just like this. Plus the antennas are kind of like protected too. They are up like this, and you set it on the ground like this. It's not going to fall over at all. I have to, you see this? It's not going to fall. So that's another part. But you can have a tripod stand just like this for different heights, and it holds all of these because you can just put it on the top. So that's part of it where it's really, really good. And I think if you really want a tripod for standing around, this is one of the cheapest ones, $28.99, but it is solid. So yeah, let's see. Where did I end up? Oh God, there's like so many. Gpc Case is awesome. Yes, it is. I love mine as well. Then Brad Berry said, love my Gpc Autel EVO 2 drone carrying case. Yeah, and they make foams like that too if you ask them to. There's like a dual drone battery casing that you can throw in on the top. So that's the cool part too. You can exchange if you're not really your do-it-yourself kind of guy, and you wanna cut it out yourself. Then the Gpc Case, I think, is one of the best options that you have there. There's Crystal Sky 6 batteries and extra batteries for my screens, including an external 2000 nit monitor. Ultimate setup. Then we have, Aloha, brother. When you getting your new drone? Got my helmet. Got my helmet ready. Yeah, I'm not gonna fly that thing into your head because it flies like 80 miles an hour and it weighs 795 grams. So if I fly that thing into your head, you might break my helmet, bro. So Hot Rod says 808 State, I need to send you a picture of my new external setup. I have a Field World 7-inch 22 knit on a tripod with the Liftor mounted on the back of the batteries. It's great to let autos watch. Oh, that sounds pretty neat. I like that. Send me an email. I think, yeah, you get my email. Just send me the pictures to my email. Bradbury says I have 2 of those chargers and they work excellent. See, the chargers are really great. And I just saw a review from a guy in the Triple Tech has lots of issues flying with the EVO 2. No? I never had no issues. If he had the regular Triple Tech tablet, the one issue that you have if you buy the 8.1, Android 8.1, because the Autel Explorer app is voice command driven, like it gives voice commands, there is the Google Speech calculator or the Google Speech app that is in the Android 8.1 that is faulty, causing the Autel Explorer app to crash. So if you update to the newest version of that Google Translator or that Google Voice app, it will prevent the Autel Explorer app to crash. That is one of the things that I found out. On the Triple Tech Pro, on the other hand, that's Android 9.0, and I flew like, I think I got like 350 or 400 flights on it already. Let me see. Autel Robotics right here, starting up. And let me look at my profile. Flight records. So can you guys? I can't see it. Flight records right over here. I have a total time of 18.5 hours with a total distance of 30 something miles and total flights of 29. And that, I think, shows it all. I never had no problem. I had one crash in the beginning, and that was because I didn't update to the newest driver that was required for this tablet. As soon as I did that, everything was good. So I don't see no problems with it, bro. The only problems I'm facing with the EVO 2 Pro on 2.518 are A, gimbal not ready to fly, but it flies just fine, and B, a cooling fan noise on the RC. I heard about that, but I never had any cooling fan noises. I don't know if they're dirty or if get something stuck in it because there's these small vents in the back over here. But so far, let's see. I don't even hear mine unless my fan is not working. Yeah, I don't have no noise on this. Like it sounds like totally quiet. Unless, like I said, my fan not working. I don't know. So, but gimbal not ready fly, that's normal. It does that. If you sometimes it comes up when it says attitude initialization, and then you just wait, and then it tells you gimbal not ready, and then you arm your drone, and then all of a sudden the sign goes away. So that sometimes lasts for me for like 20 seconds maybe. So I have that too. I think everybody has it. Anybody else with the same problems? Yes, that was pretty much it. I addressed that. Can you fly the Anafi with the Triple Tech? Yes, sir. I did, and it's great. The problems were posted by Original Dobo. The problems? Oh, the problems on the Triple Tech? Okay, yeah, I didn't have those. So I didn't have any of those. I had one crash, like I said, because I didn't update the driver. And I'm not sure, did he review the Pro? I forget already. I watched this video, but I don't know. I haven't had no issues with it. I have the charger that you're showing. It works wonderful. See, another person that likes that charger. Yeah, man, I do a lot of getting to understanding how my drone works in house. In house? I don't even use it in a house. It's too big for a house. Sometimes I go through 2 batteries sitting at my table. You must have had a big house, bro. Yes, Nikos, the gimbal issues hopefully gets fixed with the new firmware whenever it drops. Not sure on the fan. Mine is quiet most times. So sometimes you can hear it. Like I said, I don't hear that at all. That is pretty much it. I know I appreciate all you guys coming, and I think we got a lot of views in. Ultimate setup, that's pretty much what it is. If you have anything close to this, then you're close to the ultimate setup. But this is my ultimate setup for my views, based on what I use it for. And like I said, I just did 1,700 total flights, and I got over 2,000 miles with this bird. and I'm still going strong. So if that's pretty much it, then I appreciate all you guys coming by. It's been almost an hour, and that's pretty much what I keep my live stream at. Next week, I'm going to have a special guest. Look out for the announcement, which is coming out in a few days. And then hopefully we're going to be talking about the new DJI FPV drone. I hope I'm getting it by then. I paid for it already, and I'm waiting for it to come in to try. And it will not be a biased review. It will be a review based on what I always do, on what I think of it, because the way I use it. And I don't have no experience in FPV, so I can't tell you if it's a piece of crap or if it's really good or whatever it is. It's going to be an honest review if it's worth it. I paid $1,600. I bought the Flymo combo. I heard that the batteries are wearing out pretty quick and that it's a very piece of flimsy kind of FPV drone. Like I said, I haven't flown FPV before, and I don't know. Until then, don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. Please do me a favor. Be a nice human. Wash your hands and wear your mask. I love you all. Thank you all for coming by. Take it easy. Aloha.